Sweden, a small country in the northern parts of Europe. Sweden is many times described as humble and is at the same time the origin of many globally known companies with a large export. Sweden is today a growing economy and stood strong after the financial crisis, thanks to a fast-moving government and smart financial planning. Sweden has been neutral since Karl XII ended the Swedish Empire when defeated at the Battle of Poltava. The strong industry Sweden has is mainly thanks to one very important detail that dates 70 years back in time. Before the Second World War, Sweden was a relatively poor country and was very different from today. However, during the war, clever entrepreneurs saw opportunities in trading with raw material and supplying the mighty countries in Europe with metal for the weapon industry. How was this possible? Sweden remained neutral during the whole war and not a single bomb dropped on the Swedish territory. This enabled Swedes to engage in business and use the war as leverage for their own economy. When the war was over, Sweden was running at full pace and grew incredibly fast. At the same time, Europe was in heavy debt and busy rebuilding their devastated cities. Sweden became powerful. Following in the footsteps of the Swedish predecessors and carrying the heritage of raw material-based entrepreneurship further, a company that has received very much attention lately in the Swedish press is Alusera. The team of Alusera consists of Christopher Hansen from Sweden, Khaled Atta from Egypt, and Jibin Cao from China. A team representing the three corners of the world. Alusera might seem like an ordinary company, but there are important details that the untrained eye might miss.
Targeting construction and marine service companies.
Alusera sells aluminium that has the ability to glow in the dark. The intended use is in emergency applications like emergency exit signs in buildings and commercial vessels like boats and planes. Alusera wants to have their aluminium everywhere there is a lot of people. The Alusera tagline is "Brightens your way," but what do they mean? They want you to think of the glowing emergency sign, but is that all there is? Let's take a closer look at the origins of the team. When marking out on a map, it forms a triangle. This might look as a coincidence, but this seems unlikely. Another detail that must not be overlooked is the company name. Alusera is actually an anagram. Alusera, when spelled out, forms all you see raw. This means that everything for you should be raw. All you see raw. Ra is an ancient sun god worshipped in Egyptian culture. Ra sheds light on the people, giving them direction. Brightens your way. Does this sound familiar? Why is there an association to a powerful god worshipped thousands of years ago by Egyptians? The sun god Ra also gives associations to the pyramids, which is a symbol for Egyptian culture. Is there a coincidence that 1/3 of the company comes from Egypt? The team of Alusera just recently followed the sunset to the west and spent a lot of time in the US. They claimed they attended an important conference, but who did they really meet? Another place where the Great Pyramid is depicted is on the American dollar bill. The Great Pyramid, together with the all-seeing eye, is the logo of the Freemasons, a religious cult that has existed for thousands of years. Looking closer at their logo, one can see that it in fact resembles the Chalmers logo. Chalmers was actually founded by a member of the Freemasons. Now the same organization is supporting Alusera. Let's take a closer look at Alusera's innovation. They claim on the homepage that the product is photoluminescent. It is emitting light. Just like Ra, emitting light can also be described as fluorescent characteristics. Fluorescent is a word made up a long time ago due to the glowing properties of fluor. Fluor has also been proven to make people apathic if inhaled or consumed. What would happen if people inhaled the emitted fluor and became apathic? Did not Alusera say that they are placing this metal in buildings, airplanes and boats? These places usually contain a lot of people and are a common subject for terrorist attacks. This would mean disaster. Is it intentional that Alusera wants their product among so many people? Let's go back to the speech Alusera made in USA.
Being trapped in the dark could be a bad experience, especially when you can't see a way out. Alusera is here to show you the way.
Why did they let Khaled Atta do this speech? Just take a closer look at that name. It is in fact an anagram. One of the cruelest anagrams in this context. Can this really be unintentional? A coincidence? Unrevealed experiments done by the American government shows that glowing surfaces are highly contagious. If one touches it, the glow will spread to others. This is clear from animal experiments confirming this theory. This would mean that if a fire breaks out and the power supply is shut, people would become apathic and spread the symptom further, instead of evacuating the building. Today, Alusera is operating unhindered from the Swedish government and before the eyes of the public. A dubious organization under the name of Venture Cup is officially funding Alusera's operations. Take a closer look at Venture Cup's logo. Again, a reference to the ancient pyramids lined up. It is clear that the masterminds behind this scheme are openly mocking society as we know it.